Mr. Chair, my name is Stan Riedman, last name spelled Riedmann. I'm from Great Falls, House District 19. I've been working as a volunteer for a Convention of States for the last couple years. Working at the fair in Great Falls last 2 years, gun shows, car shows, the Choke Cherry Festival in Lewistown. Spoken to, I'm sure, several hundred folks in that time. One question that comes up a lot is, what's the political breakdown of this Convention of States action? And I let people know that basically we're nonpartisan and non-ideological. So we want support from every political stripe across the spectrum. And to buttress that, I always point out a poll that was taken by the Trafalgar Group a couple years ago. And in fact, in that poll that they conducted, it was 1,078 likely election voters. And they asked the question, quote, would you support a convention of states to meet and propose constitutional amendments focusing on term limits for Congress and federal officials, federal spending restraints, and limiting the federal government to its constitutionally mandated authority, unquote. And the findings were about 2/3 of all these voters, the poll respondents said in the affirmative. And it was broken down basically by 81% Republican, 63% independent, and a narrow majority, but 50.2% of Democrats also agreed with that. So there's broad-based support, and some of that breakdown, it was a little more contentious maybe along term limits, but where people really agreed and we had the broad-based support was in the fiscal area of fiscal restraint. People have a sense, because people would always relate what's happening with the federal government's fiscal mismanagement under both Republican and Democratic administrations to their own financial management, their own personal financial management. And they realize intuitively that what's going on with the federal government can't continue indefinitely. At some point, the federal credit card is going to get maxed out. They don't know how exactly that's going to be manifested, but they know it's not good. So that's the bigger area of concern. And in the other area of the federal government and its overreach, people have noticed with the accumulation and continued expansion of the government, people are becoming fearful, and along with cultural pressures over the last probably 10 years, people are afraid to speak up on certain issues. And it's that fear, the basis of our government really is we're a small r Republican form of government, but free speech is the basis of our government. And when people are afraid to speak up and express their opinion, no matter how unpopular, as long as it doesn't involve violence, then, our republic, I think, is having problems. So I would ask, basically if the committee could pass House Joint Resolution out of committee, take it to the floor. We'll have further debate and discussion, which I think will be healthy for our republic. So I would ask that you pass this resolution. Thank you.